If you are just joining us, we are following breaking news on Fox 50 and WRAL News Plus, a shooting investigation near NC State right now.
And one of the things we've been trying to do is get more insight from investigators with this, but obviously the scenes are pretty active. So what we have done is we have reached out to Chris Swecker. He's a former FBI assistant director. We have him, I believe, here with us now. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. We know obviously you don't know too much about this specific case, but we see this heavy police presence at least 3 different locations. One location's on the opposite side of where one of our reporters is. Talk about a little bit about different agencies and the necessary act of working together when something like this happens.
Yeah, good morning. I think you've hit on the real difficulty in working a case like this. Many of us remember the sniper cases in the sniper case in the D.C. area quite a while back. You'll have the Highway Patrol, you'll have the FBI, the State Bureau of Investigation, probably ATF, and probably some local jurisdictions where this took place, whatever county it took place. So that is a coordination nightmare. They have to set up a command post. They have to establish who's in command, who has primary jurisdiction, who's going to do the forensic work, because it all needs to be collected by one agency and submitted to one lab. So there's quite a bit to work out, as sort of trying to change the tires as the car is going down the road, if you will, because this is a fast-moving investigation. I will say it's a forensic nightmare as well, because their shell casings are probably in the shooter's car, so you're not going to have shell casings to work with to determine caliber and the type of weapon. They know it's a handgun, or they suspect that, and there's other difficulties. But I can tell you, I think this case is going to be solved with video and tag readers out on the highways. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. I was just thinking about something because you kind of said it. We saw this white car that our reporter Chelsea Donovan was looking at. It had a bullet hole beneath the side. Right there, if people are looking on their screens, it's that vehicle on the left. And we saw someone get into the car and leave. They didn't quite want to talk just yet. But for those who are unfamiliar with the investigative process, why would investigators look at this vehicle? It clearly has what appears to be a bullet hole on it, and then allow it to go.
Yeah, well, if they recovered the round, that's the most important thing. And if they've done their full forensics in the car, the only real forensics in the car would be the round and the hole itself, which they photographed. They may have excised that part of the car where the round went through. So that could be helpful from a forensic aspect right there, just determining the caliber of the bullet, and if they have a round that they could match if they eventually get the suspect gun.
And just a little bit ago, within the past 5 minutes, in fact, we do know that Raleigh police just putting out this information in a press release that there was a shooting incident, notifying people that there was, in fact, a heavy police presence, but saying there is no injury just yet being reported with this.
Yes, and I think, do we still have Chris with us?
Yes.
We do, Chris. And just a question, I know you said that this is a very difficult case. This is kind of a coordination nightmare. How long do you think that this is going to take until we have some answers?
Yeah, and in this case, I've seen quick solutions because of tag readers out on the public roads. And those are devices that read tags as they go by, if you will. Some of them are only on the express and toll lanes, but some are on all of the, all lanes and secondary roads as well. And I've seen they feed that tag, they determine the description of the car if they have a good description, the time frames, and they can actually from the video cameras on the highways and the tag readers, they may well have a suspect vehicle. I'm curious why they haven't put out publicly what type of car they're looking for. Usually you can enlist the public and leverage the public in getting some tips, tip line going. So they may be onto something right now, and that's why they haven't put something out. They don't want to alert the suspect.
Another question I have for you. So a wolf alert was sent out just to alert students at NC State that this was going on, but it was very vague. It was a safety notice, and I don't think anything else has been sent out since. Why do you think that is?
Well, one, they don't want to panic anybody. They want to get the alert out and get people aware, if you will. And again, they may well be onto a suspect or a suspect car, and they just don't want to tip off the suspect and let that person know that they're onto them.
All right, Chris Schwecker, thank you so much for your expertise. We appreciate you.
And we're just learning now through investigators, there should be some kind of press release that's coming here pretty soon to sort of piece this together a little bit more, because we've essentially been following what's been reported. Investigators with Raleigh Police saying at 8:53 this morning is when they received reports of shots fired into that vehicle on Trailwood Drive. And then it's sort of evolved since then, right? We've seen Chelsea Donovan at one scene there. We've also seen Sean Gallagher. His scene just keeps on growing in terms of the different agencies that are showing up.
Yeah, and Brett Neese is at Centennial Middle School as well, keeping an eye there. But we want to send things over right now to Jeff Hogan in the Live Center. Jeff.
Yeah, I have it all mapped out on one page.